Hello and welcome to Overanalyze. My name is Levi and today I'll be covering District 26 1A. Alright, for location of District 26, we're kind of east of District 25 and northeast a little bit, kind of south of Corsicana, south of Hillsborough, kind of even as far east as Athens, kind of in between I-35 and I-45, except for Oakwood. So we'll get into the teams here. We've got Avalon, Bynum, Coolidge, Milford, Oakwood, Penelope, and Trinidad. So there is some movement in this district. We got Hubbard. They got second in this district last year. They're going to 2A, District 18 2A. Oakwood is going to come in from District 27 1A. So that's really all the movement. So first up, we got Coolidge. Coolidge, they made it through the regional quarters. The regional quarterfinals before they lost to Zavala. They beat Oglesby and then Wells. Pretty decided, pretty lopsided victories for there, but then they lost pretty closely to Zavala. One game short of the regional tournament. They went 12-0 in district, and their last 9 games actually were decided by 18 points or more. It's pretty dominant. They had their first few games in the district season were kind of rough, some close games, but then they really blew it out of the water. So they have 4 seniors on an 11-person roster. That's a lot. I mean, 33% of the team. No, that's 36% of the team. It's a lot. That's going to be kind of difficult to come back from. But usually with these top teams, usually that means that they have good programs from the bottom up. So they will probably be back either at or near the top next year. So next we have Penelope. We got third. They lost in by district to Abbott. I think they went 8-4 in district. They split with Hubbard and Milford, eking out a win against Milford, I think in overtime. It says in overtime by 1. Their win against Hubbard was really close as well. Overall, pretty good season, like pretty close between 2 through 5 really in this district last year. So it was interesting last year, and it's going to be interesting this year too. So they have 12 players and 3 seniors, so 25%. I mean, 3 seniors, I think they are kind of some of the more played players, just some whatever. But so they will have some people to replace as well, but they have enough people coming back that they will probably be able to bounce back. Next we have Milford. Milford, they were really close to tying Penelope for 3rd, or even Hubbard for 2nd. They got 4th. They lost in by district to Akia, although it was a pretty close game for a 4-1 at least. They went 7-5 in district. They split with Penelope and lost to the top 2 teams. They actually beat a 5A school this year. It was Fort Worth Poly. So it was a 5A school. They lost by 1 to Penelope and by 3 to Hubbard once whenever they played them. So really, they were so close to being 3rd or 2nd, or having a share of those at least. So they were really close to being at the top this past year. But then they have 9 players and no seniors, so they're bringing everyone back. I checked their roster; it seemed like super young, a lot of freshmen this past year. So they might be a team to look out for that comes storming into the playoffs, to the playoff picture, into maybe late in the playoffs. All right, next we got Trinidad. They got 5th. They were actually pretty close to beating Milford both times. They lost by 3 and then they lost by 5. They went 4-8 in district, and they have 3 seniors on a 9-person roster. So they did not make playoffs last year, but with Hubbard leaving, gives them a shot to come in And then with Oakwood coming in, I don't think Oakwood they only have a couple of games put in, but I think they have 9 games for the entire season put in, and they went 0-9 for those. So I think Trinidad might be able to win those games and then come into the playoffs either as a 3 or 4. All right, final predictions time. I have some really interesting stuff. I have Coolidge at 11-1, Milford at 11-1, Penelope at 5-7, Trinidad at 5-7. Right? Yes. No. 2, 4, 6. Sorry, 7-5. Penelope at 7-5 and Trinidad at 7-5. I have Bynum at 4-8, Oakwood at 2-10, and Avalon at 0-12. So I've got the Milford and Coolidge split, and then Penelope and Trinidad split. I have Milford coming in, making up 4 games, splitting with Coolidge. They did lose by about 18 this past year, but with the amount of people leaving for Coolidge and everyone coming back for Milford, I think this could be their year to take first place, or at least hold a share of it. So this is going to be an interesting one. I might be off here, but this is what I think is going to happen. I'm kind of excited. I like to see teams moving up, dramatic movement like that. So that's all I have for District 26. Tomorrow I will cover District 27, 1A. Thanks for watching.